Hey everyone, welcome back. I am Roberta. I'm one of the owners here at the Bridal Finery in Winter Park, Florida. So we are recording today to share a little bit about wedding dress shopping and what you should expect when you go wedding dress shopping. We are going to be doing a webinar series moving forward. We have another one scheduled for the end of the month in March that I will share more about via email, and we'll post it on Instagram and Facebook, schedule times and dates, and a link for you to sign up as well. So let's get to it. Today's topics are our frequently asked questions before wedding dress shopping, off-the-rack wedding dresses and options, and then at the very end, we'll talk a little bit about wedding dress trends. I'm so excited. Let's get to it. So the first question we get asked all the time is it too early or too late for me to start shopping? Is there such a thing? So there is such a thing as too late, never too early. We've had brides come in and shop for their dress a few weeks before their wedding, and we've had brides come in and shop for their dress 3 years before their wedding. And let me just clear the air. The brides that are shopping 3 years, no, they did not regret their wedding dress purchase. So if you buy the right dress, why would you regret it even 3 years later? There's no reason to. So definitely keep in mind that every designer has different shipping dates. It depends on where the dress is made, how they're made, if they're made in the US, if they're made overseas, and all of that. So it definitely depends. Standard shipping is 6 to 8 months when it comes to wedding dresses with most designers. So keep that in mind. Call the boutique if you're concerned about ship dates. Call the bridal shop and ask them, what is their standard delivery? Where are the dresses made? And have you had any issue with everything that's going on in the world? Have you had issues with shipping time? And is it too late to shop? In some boutiques, in some cases, there may be a too late time frame, and you may need to resort to an off-the-rack boutique. So an off-the-rack boutique that you would be able to try on a dress and purchase exact dress that you try on. With us here at the Bridal Finery, we've been able to deliver dresses within 2 weeks. So it's definitely something we can do. It's never too late for you to shop. And when it comes to being too early, what I always recommend to my brides is just be ready to find your dress. The moment you're ready to find your dress, start shopping, because you will find it. If you did your homework, read Google reviews, and you will be able to find it quickly. It shouldn't be a long, stressful period. It should be fun, it should be easy. Just do a little bit of homework before trying on dresses and you will be good. So the next question is, how many people can I bring to my appointment? This is a trick question. It depends where you're shopping. Some boutiques do have a capacity on how many people you can bring wedding dress shopping with you. So definitely call the salon, see if there is a capacity on how many people you can bring. Here at the Bridal Finery, we run private appointments for brides shopping for their wedding dresses. So the store is all yours during your bridal appointment. So there's no limitations on how many people you can bring. However, I always encourage my brides to bring no more than 4 people. The reason is because sometimes too many opinions makes the process harder for my brides. And some people really want to please everyone. And, you know, as much as we may say, I don't get influenced by others' opinions, once we hear something, it's really hard to unhear it. So bring people to shop with you that are positive, people that are supportive of you, people that understand your fashion and your taste, because everyone's fashion sense is different. So as long as they understand what you're looking for and who you are as a person in your fashion, bring them in with you. That's not a problem at all. Another question that we get asked all the time is, what do I need to bring to my appointment? So 2 parts. What should I bring to my appointment? And then, can I bring something that I'm planning on wearing? So here at the Bridal Finery, we provide everything for you. We will style you with veil, jewelry, all of it. And we provide undergarments and whatever you need to be able to try on the dress properly. So we provide all of that for you here. Some salons don't. So again, pick up the phone, call the boutique, say if they provide everything, the last thing you want to do is, be uncomfortable trying on dresses. So just give them a call, make sure they provide undergarments. If they don't, go ahead and bring your own so you can better plan. But here we do provide everything for you. And if you have an item that you are planning on wearing on your wedding day, for example, grandma's earrings or a relative's veil or something you're borrowing, if you know for a fact you're planning on wearing it, bring it in so you can try it on with the dress. So sometimes we'll have people like me, I would pick my shoes before my dress. So if you have that one item, definitely feel free to bring it in and you can try it on with the dress. So alterations, this is a big one. Alterations, how long does it take? How should you prepare for it? So the number one thing that I would say is find a bridal boutique that provides in-house alterations. With us here at the boutique, we provide in-house alterations and we will do a consultation with you for alterations as well. So we are all involved in the alterations process here in the boutique. Your stylist and one of our expert girls here at the store will be with you throughout your alterations appointment. So if there's any questions or anything that comes up throughout the alterations process, we're here to answer questions for you. Not every boutique offers in-house alterations. So keep that in mind. If you're going to shop somewhere that does not provide in-house alterations, make sure you're asking them, where are they referring? Do you know if the alterations person they're referring are on a waiting list? And how long before the appointment you should be booking the appointment? And what is their price range? That is a big one. I've heard some seamstresses not sharing price with you until your second fitting, which at that point it's too late. They've already touched your dress. They've already altered something. So it's kind of too late at that point. So always make sure you get pricing up front, okay? So here at the Bridal Finery, we do provide in-house alterations and we always give you a quote up front. So you will not be surprised the day you're picking up with your dress and hit with a bill, okay? You will know your price up front. Alterations should start about 2 months before the wedding in most cases. If you're doing tons of custom changes throughout with the seamstress, then you may need to start your alterations a little earlier. So talk to the boutique, talk to the seamstress, and see when it's the right time for you to schedule that first fitting. Normally for standard alterations, it takes about 3 to 4 fittings. It depends on how the seamstress does her fittings, if she does the hem the first day, if she's doing it the second time you come in, but 3 to 4 fittings, it's pretty standard for alterations. And then your last fitting is really close to the wedding day because it is just a pickup appointment. You just come in, everything is done at that point, you just slip it on one more time, the seamstress will teach you the bustle and off you go to get married. So that last fitting is usually like a week before the wedding or the week of the wedding, depending if the wedding is in town or not. Okay, and then payment. So this is a big one. You're planning on shopping, you have your price point for your dress, and you're wondering, how do payments for a wedding dress work? So most boutiques will require a 60% deposit. Again, it varies between store and store. We require 60% upfront for the dress, and the balance is due when the dress arrives. So when you're ordering the dress, it'll take a few months for the dress to come in, and that's when you would pay the balance. So 60% up front, and then the balance when the dress arrives. I know some stores will only take full payments. Some stores will take 50% down. So definitely do your research, call the store beforehand, and figure it out. What is a deposit if that's something that you're concerned about. What custom changes are available? This is another fun one. We love doing custom changes. We love changing necklines, adding slits, lengthening train, shortening train, lowering the back of dresses. These are all custom changes that here at the Bridal Finery we can do with our designers. So when we order the dress, we can go ahead and include those custom changes in your dress if that's something you're wanting to do. Not every designer provides changes, so some of the changes have to be done through a seamstress if the seamstress is good enough to do them for you. So again, having that in-house seamstress is important because your stylist will be able to tell you if the in-house seamstress can make these custom changes or not. So we choose to work with designers that provide tons of options for our brides when it comes to custom changes. So we love making them. We love making dresses custom and unique and different for every one of our clients. So we're all for it. There's tons of changes we can make. And another question is sizing. Sizing happens to be, I think, one of our number one, like top 3 questions we get on the phone is what sizes are stock dresses to try on. We stock anywhere between a bridal size 6 to a bridal size 20. So remember that bridal sizing is very different than normal sizing. To give you an example, I wear a 6 in the mall, and in the designers, I'm anywhere between like a 10 and a 14. If it's something a mermaid, a little bit more fitted throughout the hips, I'm gonna be more in that 14 side. And if it's something a little bit more A-line or ball gown, I can mean that 10 to 12 size. So just keep that in mind, that the designers run about 2 to 3 sizes bigger than your normal dress size. So just keep that in the back of your head. In some boutiques, I know most of their samples are 8 to 10s. So if that's a concern that you have, definitely pick up the phone, call the store and figure out what their sizing is and have a conversation with them. We do have, like I said, up to a size 22 in the boutique. And we have a lot of creative ideas on being able to show you if a dress is too small for you, how it'll look in your size. We do get this question a lot about sizing when it comes to really petite brides. If you're a 0, 00, if you are a little bit on the shorter side, I'm only 5'2", so dresses swim on me lengthwise. So it is something that we are experts at. So all of our stylists are highly skilled in being able to clip the dress to show you what it'll look like in your size. We're really good with like straight pins, not just the little bridal clamps, but also the straight pin to be able to really show you the silhouette. I've had a bride that was a size 2 try on a size 20 dress, and she fell in love with it, and that's the dress she bought for her wedding day. And she would have never been able to tell that it was a size 20 by looking at it in the mirror. So making sure that the dress is clipped correctly is a priority for us. So definitely give the store a call and see, if you're concerned on the sizing. You can always send us photos, send a selfie of yourself too, and we can tell you if we can provide a dress for you, where we refer you, and things like that. So now let's talk about off the rack. So here at the Bridal Finery, we provide 2 ways of shopping. You can custom order the dress, or you can purchase a dress off the rack. And there are some boutiques out there that solely specialize in selling off the rack, or only selling made to order dresses. So it really depends. We provide both here at the Bridal Finery. That's what we're known for, is being able to find a dress from our brides, regardless if they want off the rack or reorder. Sorry, my throat's getting dry. So an off the rack boutique means that you're purchasing the exact sample that you try on. So let's say I'm trying on that dress back there and it is available for off the rack, that becomes my dress. So that is the dress. One thing to keep in mind with off the rack is there are some stores that focus on reselling dresses that were other clients' dresses. So a past bride, she changed her mind on her dress, or she wore it down the aisle and now she decided to sell it. So there are boutiques that do focus on selling pre-worn wedding dresses. And there are boutiques like us that only sell wedding dresses off the rack that are new, that are overstocked from the designer. There's a duplicate order from the designer, or we created partnerships with other bridal boutiques and they're no longer carrying a particular dress, or they're no longer carrying a particular dress designer, and we'll sell through that inventory. So that's how we do off the rack, but not every store is like that. So if you're concerned about that, again, best thing you can do, I've said it over and over in the video, pick up the phone, call the store and ask, how are they sourcing their off the rack dresses? If that is a concern of yours, definitely pick up the phone, figure it out if they've been worn before, figure it out if it's duplicate orders, if it's kind of like a Nordstrom's rack concept, which is what we do here at the Bridal Finery, just that overstock being sold off the rack. One of the major perks of purchasing off the rack is that you're not paying full retail. You're paying anywhere between like a 15 to 60% off. So that's definitely a perk of purchasing off the rack. Another perk of purchasing off the rack is if you are on that shorter time frame and the wedding is 3 months away, a month away, even 4 months away, and you don't want to worry about shipping, you want to have your dress right now, is purchasing off the rack because you have that dress immediately. Another question we get is, what happens if my dress is dirty? It's been tried on by other people. How do I get it cleaned? So that is such a good question, something you need to be asking people about when you're purchasing a dress off the rack. We actually provide cleaning with all of our off the rack dresses. We provide cleaning before you wear. So once you buy the dress off the rack, we'll send it to get it professionally cleaned, and then you start your alterations right after. However, that is very, very rare. Most off the rack boutiques, when you purchase it, it's kind of like cash and carry. You buy, you pay in full, you take it, and you figure out what to do with it. You figure out where to get it cleaned, you figure out alterations. So keep that in mind. I always recommend cleaning the dress before wearing it if it isn't off the rack, because someone else could have tried it on. It's kind of like buying something in the mall. You want to wash it before you wear it. So just keep that in mind. And where you get it clean is just as important as where you bought the dress, because I've seen horror stories of people just taking it to their local dry cleaner down the street, which I love my dry cleaner down the street, but not necessarily for my wedding dress. So make sure it is someone that specializes in wedding dress, that is familiar with those fabrics, and that have some sort of insurance on it, that if something does happen with your dress, that you are safe. Okay? So definitely ask beforehand. And ask the store too, if they don't provide cleaning, if they have a recommendation for you. So sometimes they will have recommendations for you as well. And then another benefit of buying a dress off the rack is, for example, here at the Bridal Finery, we only get one of every dress with our off the rack collection. So once that sample is sold, we don't get another one in for the most part. There's some cases that we will, but for the most part, we don't get another one in. So you'll be the only one wearing that dress. Woo woo, that's fun. So that's it. That's it for frequently asked questions before wedding dress shopping. Now let's jump into the fun part, wedding dress trends. Before we jump into the trends that we're seeing right now that are kind of up and coming, let me talk about how bridal seasons work. Bridal fashion's a little bit different than fast fashion. So bridal fashion runs about a year ahead. So in April of 2022, which is the year we're in, we are going to New York for Bridal Fashion Week, which will debut the newest bridal collection. The collection that we'll be debuting is actually the Spring 2023 collection. So bridal's always a year ahead. And bridal only has 2 seasons. It has spring, summer, and then it has fall, winter. That's it. Spring, summer gets introduced usually April, and then fall, winter gets introduced in October. So that's kind of how bridal fashion works and how you can see the new collections coming out. So the #1 dress trend that we're seeing, I think it's been around for about a year, I don't see it changing anytime soon, is the change into outfit. So whether you're changing for the reception or you're walking into the reception with a brand new dress, a brand new outfit, or the last hour of your reception you're changing, or you're just doing an exit dress. So we're seeing that change. It's happening a lot. Most of our brides have a second outfit for the wedding. And some of the things we're seeing are 2 completely different dresses from ceremony to reception. And then we're seeing some jumpsuits too. I love a good jumpsuit moment. What I do recommend is if you're buying like a fast fashion jumpsuit, make sure it's tailored to you. Even if it's just a little big on top, get it tailored, girl. Just get it tailored. Please, please, please. It's your wedding day. You're gonna be jumping up and down. You're gonna be dancing, having fun. So if you're buying something fast fashion for like a jumpsuit or something like that, please just tailor it. It's okay. It's okay. Just tailor it. And then another change into that we're seeing that's so fun is a detachable skirt a detachable exaggerated bow, and a detachable train. Those are really, really fun too. One thing that I always tell people to keep in mind, if that is the way that you're trying to go, the route that you're going, some of the detachable trains and detachable skirts can be just as expensive as a wedding dress because of all the detailing, all the fabric. Sometimes the skirts actually have more fabric in it than the actual dress because some of them are big, exaggerated, and fun. A lot of detail, a lot of beading. So some of them can be more expensive than the dress. So just keeping that in the back of your mind, okay? So those are fun. Love those. Another fun thing that we're seeing is detachable sleeves. Whether it's a small cap sleeve that you wear down the aisle, do your photos in, sometimes even the first dance in. So, and then you take it off to party. After formalities of the wedding, you just take it off. The big exaggerated poofy sleeves are fun. I love that. I actually like the poofy sleeves for the reception and not the ceremony, because I feel like with the ceremony, you have the bouquet, you're holding your fiance's arm, you're walking down the aisle, there's already a lot going on. So I love the big poofy sleeve actually just for the reception, for the fun, for the party. And those are not attached to the dress, so they're fun, they're easy to move and have a good time in. Another one that we're seeing, this one kind of started a few months ago and it's picking up speed quickly. We're loving the opera gloves, the sheer opera gloves. They're fingerless and just a little thumb cut out. They're cut out about to the beginning of her hand and they're just sheer and fun and they can be a little sexy too. I think they're fun. So I love a little opera glove moment, but the sheer ones, I don't like the solid ones. It's just personal opinion. Some people do, they can rock it, but I think the sheer is more fun, a little bit sassier and a little bit trendier too. So traditional is back. That is another trend we're seeing. We're seeing higher necklines, we're seeing sleeves, we're seeing a little bit more coverage. So I love a traditional cut. I love a dress that's fully laced, traditional, the long train, the mermaid cuts, the ball gowns with all over lace, or that fun, clean, sleek look. So traditional is coming back, guys. I love it. I'm excited to see what comes out this next season with this vibe. I love it. And open low backs, that's been around for a little while. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think the low backs are gonna stay. People love showing off their backs. I love showing off my back more than my cleavage. So there's not much there, but I love a back moment. So one recommendation that I make with open backs is make sure there's still support. What I hate seeing is the low open back where you lose your waist. So having that, oh my gosh, having the illusion back, having the mesh in the back to bring in and accentuate the waist, for me, it's a must. So, and square necklines, that's the last trend that we're seeing. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere either. It is a harder neckline to pull off. Not everyone can pull it off as well as like a V or a sweetheart, but square necklines are in. I'm here for it, I love it. Some people think that a square neckline is a little bit more ready to wear, which I can see that, but I love it, I'm here for it. So thank you all so much for joining again. And if you have any questions or you need anything, feel free to message us, email us, and we'll answer them for you. And then we'll be posting soon the next webinar date. Till next time, bye.